On this episode of the Infowars News, Priebus presents New York Times article admitting Trump team was wiretapped. Judge Jeanine says Paul Ryan needs to step down, and the deep state pushes COG plan to overthrow Trump. That and a lot more, so stay tuned. For the final week of March the 27th, 2017. This is Rose Ugly here. This is article written by Adnan Salazar. The title is called Priebus presents New York Times article admitting Trump team wiretap. Underneath it says, Chief of Staff says President confident he will be proven right on Obama administration surveillance. I mean, like he always has been. President Trump remains certain he will be proven right under surveillance during the campaign he was under surveillance during the campaign by President Obama. White House Chief of Staff Rich Priebus said on Fox News Sunday, rejecting a proposal for Trump to apologize to the former President Obama for claiming he wiretapped Trump Tower. Priebus flashed a New York Times article which referred to the use of wiretaps in probes of Trump's aides. You look at this headline. This was in the New York Times. It said wiretap data. This is the New York Times print said, presenting a large printout of January 20th, 2017 news article. New York Times front page headline stating wiretap data used in inquiry of Trump aides. I mean, he's been proven right before. The fact is, reports have come out for many months now that people on the Trump campaign transition team were surveillance, possibly by some intelligence, group. Whether they were inadvertently swept up, whether names were unmasked. Chris, you don't know the full answer to that question, and I don't either, Priebus stated. This week, falling New York Times editor Michael Rosenberg appeared on a very fake news CNN claiming that the article he co-authored, which was specifically mentioning the wiretaps used against Trump's aides in its headline, did not imply the Trump team was under surveillance. He also blamed Infowars for spreading the theory. Hey, buddy, that was really true, buddy, and you know it. It's like saying that basically, oh, we wiretapped you, and say, wait a minute, I heard you wiretapped. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't say that. So here we go again. Trump been proven right, well, yet again, and very much he was telling the truth the entire time. So there. For the second article of the day, here's an article written by Ken Baker and written from Breitbart. The title is called Judge Jeanine. Paul Ryan needs to step down. This is not on Donald President Trump. During her opening statement on Fox News channels, Justice host Jean Pereiro ripped House Speaker Paul Ryan, calling for him to step down as his healthcare bill to replace Obamacare failed miserably. Paul Ryan needs to step down as Speaker of the House, Pereiro began. The reason he failed to deliver the votes on his healthcare bill, the one temperament to repeal and replace Obamacare, the one that he had 7 years to work on. the one he had under lock and key in the basement of Congress, the one that had been pulled to prevent the embarrassment of not having to pass. Like later Pierce said, I want to be clear. This is not on President Trump. No one expects a businessman to completely understand the assurances, the complainant ins and outs of Washington and its legislative process. How would he know which individuals upon which he would be able to rely on? Saturday morning, President Trump tweeted out a teacher for justice telling everyone to watch. And I think that's pretty much about it. But technically, this is not on Trump at all. And the plan that was put forward wasn't as good as you thought it was. I mean, there was even bigger taxes on that one, and even bigger fines on everyone that didn't get it. So it's like Obamacare light. And pretty much, I don't think they had to give a rep, because basically, even if they manage to basically have this whole thing repealed, it won't basically matter. But basically, if whatever Trump was doing, I hope he does it fast. Whatever he's doing. But I think he wanted that thing to fail, then let the conservatives put forth their own bill and let that pass the House and the Senate, because that's what he wants to do. He's not going to put something that's not a very bad deal for the American people. He also knew that basically this whole thing would pretty much blow up in his face if he ever put his, hands on it and put his name on it. So, yeah, good call. Now, this article here just went up a few hours ago, and it's an article by Kate Daniels, and the title is called Deep State Mulls Continuing a Government Plan to Overthrow Trump. Infowars warned you about COG for years, and this is also a red-linked article as well. The central government is using the continuity of government mechanism already in place to overthrow the entire Trump administration. The process, which was first drafted in the Cold War to ensure the government's survival during the nuclear war, meshed well with the establishment narrative that the 2006 president was stolen by Russian hackers, if you believe that crap. If the voters' collective desires were subverted by foreign interference and a party collusion, none would have a legitimate claim, especially since the control of the state, at least, would have been affected by the Russian role. Even believe that crap too. You can take that and shove it in your you-know-where. Opsing, whose PC/OD appeared on the top of the elite publication The Atlantic, wants Congress to establish procedures for a special election for President and Vice President to ensure the continuity of government admits cyber warfare, a threat exaggerated. Threat in this case exaggerated by the globalists to program millions of Americans to accept the overthrow of a duly elected populist president, and he was. And there's the videos here and everything else. The fact that Austin is now trying to sell the public idea indicates it was already quietly under discussion amongst the networks of globalists embedded in the various governments, think tanks, and agencies inside the Beltway that had supposedly Hillary Clinton in her failed presidential bid. And I'm going to stop right there. You can read the rest of the article here. But here's Alex Jones on this subject.
We would then be able to have Congress reconstituted and a new president brought forward and a whole succession of power. The difference is, I noticed when they started pushing that Trump's a Russian and this whole narrative 3 months ago, the different statements they were making, that they were using COG stay-behind networks that are already set up as shadow governments under law inside of our federal government. And I, again, the first person to say, and I said it literally hundreds and hundreds of times, not bragging, but listeners have to know that we're so busy, we don't even have time to chronicle when I say this. But I said this in November, I said it in December, I said it in January, I said it in February, and I've even said it this month. And we're going to find those clips. If the water doesn't rise over Bear Creek, we are going to show you where I said over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, because the enemy wants to say we're not credible because we are so credible. We make occasional mistakes. It's not on purpose. When we do, we own up to them. They now admit that they are preparing a COG, Continental Government Program. Let me break this down, folks. In 1944, they ran Operation Valkyrie in Germany. Deutschland is those that live in Germany. They made it into movies with Tom Cruise. Everybody knows about Operation Valkyrie. That was a COG program if Hitler got killed to keep the government going with his wishes. But they used the COG, Continental Government Program, to try to actually overthrow Hitler, but that failed. So I saw what they were doing, what they were pushing, saying he was illegitimate, saying the government should resist him, saying Obama was putting stay-behind groups in all the major agencies and hiring literally hundreds of thousands of people his last 2 months when Trump was president-elect. I knew it was a COG because the neocons in the 1980s, this was in congressional hearings in 1986 and 87,
okay,
Iran-Contra,
and
had a
pretty much going
COG
ahead
plan
with
to
it.
even
They're trying to sell
overthrow
this whole thing to
President
overthrow
Ronald
Trump right
Reagan.
now. And if they're successful, if they manage to do this, we could have a civil war in a matter of days, if not weeks, if you get my drift. And I don't think anybody wants that. So please get this article out as fast as you can. Now, this video is gonna go up a little bit earlier than expected, and there's a reason for it. As you can already tell, by the time this video goes up, like say Wednesday, it's kind of I'm putting this together really quickly. But in the midst of everything else, I have a passing. Yeah, I gotta step out of town. I'm not gonna tell you where I'm going, but it's very sunny and nice, and Roger Stone almost got T-boned in this said state by the deep state. So I'll leave that to your perception. So I'm just letting you know, we have a family personal issue here. We're going down to his funeral, and I'll be back in the driver's seat making the videos that you all love. So I will conclude this video. Like always, please go to the link below. Go to Infowars.com or Splitback.com. Think about hundreds of articles just like I have read for you today. This is the Infowars Newsbits. I'm Info Gundam, live from Field Region number 3. Please like, subscribe, and donate. Bye-bye.